Question number 2 of the PhilNITS FE afternoon portion of the exam. In this question, we are being asked, Table 2 shows that the value of Vn becomes 1 only when the set of values Vp, Zp, I is 0, 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1. Therefore, the value of Vn can be determined by the following logical expression. This is for the first sub-question, and the second one is asking us that if it's based on the property of logical operations, then the above logical expression can be simplified as follows. Okay, so let me just show you the answers before we do the explanation. And the way to solve this is to go look at table 2 first. We can see as a reminder that the values should be 0, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 1 for VP, ZP, and I respectively. That is so that we could get 1 for our VN. Okay, so this part here, we take note of this, and let's look at the table 2 to understand how they can be applied. Okay, so here we got VP, ZP, I, and VN, ZN, Q as the headers of the columns. And we need to have 0 as the first column for VP, and 1 and 1. So that gives us 1, okay? And then the second one is asking us to put 1 for VP, 1 for ZP, and 1 for I, which gives us 1 as well. Okay, so given that, we need to know how we can put them into some form of logical expression. And I put here the answer, which is this one here is a given already. Okay, so VP, ZPI. Now what we need is the next set of logical expression. And the way to do that is to look at the first here, the first value, which is 0, and as compared to the first of the other expression, which is 1, then it seems like the only thing that we need to do is to put a line here to show that it's the opposite of what the other one has. While the rest of the values are the same, 1 and 1, therefore we need not change those things anymore. And the way to do that is to just put them here in this way. VP with another line on top, which means that it's the opposite. And then ZPI plus, which means or VP ZPI. Okay, so it's saying that if it's this one, the first one, we could get a 1 as the output, or if it's 1, 1, 1, then we could also get 1 as the output. Okay, so that's what it supposedly means, and that's why this is the answer for the first question. Now the second one is asking us, is there a way to simplify the expression? And I think that we can simplify it some more by using some of the things that we have learned, where because this is supposedly an and, the dot here, which is kind of like multiplication in our way of thinking. And the way to get rid of the excess so that we can simplify it is to look at how we can put together the ones that are the same. ZP and ZP and I here. Now the only one or the only set that would be different would be the VP with the line above and the VP here. So I'm thinking that if we are to write it down, it would be something along this line plus VP okay, and then what we need to do is to put this inside the parentheses, and then afterwards we got here the other parentheses where you have the Z, the ZP. I put my I do my Z like this, and then I have the dot here, and then an I, and then we put the closing parentheses. Okay, so in that sense, we could get hold of the ZPI because the one on the left where you have the VP with the line on top and the VP without the line, they would cancel out because if we remember the truth table, if we got 0 or 1, yes, 0 or 1, then it should be equal to 1. It should be equal to true. So what that means is this one would be 1. And therefore, ZP and I would be the only one remaining, and that's why VN, the correct answer for VN in this sub-question would be ZP and I. Let's see if we can add some more stuff other than the ones that I've already shared. Okay, so I think you could also take a look at the sample choices that we got to answer this question. It also took me a little bit more time to understand what's happening here when I was doing this a while ago, even though I've done this about half a year ago too. But if you look at the sample choices, then it should give an idea how to answer it definitely. And really C would be the best answer. And then for the next sub question, it would be letter E. The one I was saying a while ago about the truth tables, you can get hold of a sample of that from oracle.com, and you get here something like what I was saying a while ago, where you got false and true, then the answer would be true. So this is the OR for the OR. Now if you got AND, if it's false and true, then you got false. But in this case, the one a while ago, we were doing OR. So that's why it becomes true, and if it's true, then it's a 1. That's how you get the ZP and I at the end. Okay?